Good evening. Welcome to another episode of a 758 Sports Talk. And a very interesting weekend. Of course, didn't get to move around as much as I would have wanted to. The rain just seemed to, at the most inopportune time, decide to just bless St. Lucia with its presence all over St. Lucia. And in fact, for most of the Caribbean region. And of course, fortunate for the St. Lucia Basketball Federation, that did not affect their proceedings as they carried on with the grand final of the 2018 Commercial Basketball League. Now, let me tell you, basketball did not get all the attention that they probably would have wanted to this year because of a number of other sporting activities that went on concurrently. Basketball, in terms of the Commercial Basketball League, is normally run around the same time with a black hat competition. So what actually happened this year, black hat and basketball held at the same time. What would have happened in times past is that you would have had some games at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds for black hat, especially the business end of black hat, the quarterfinals, semifinals. In fact, semifinals and finals would have been held at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds, and this would have afforded sportscasters, broadcasters, the convenience of moving from the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds to the BIF Boseju Indoor Facility. But this year, as we know, the Philip Master Grounds pretty much took over in terms of what happened in Black Hat this year. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals held at the Viewfort venue. And so basketball kind of sort of, I wouldn't say it took a back seat because we still had other individuals, especially from St. Lucia Sports and DBS TV, carrying what was going on with the basketball, and especially online. A basketball presence could have been felt online through the St. Lucia Basketball Federation webpage. Must say, well done, Velika and the crew for putting that together and ensuring that the information was out there. And of course, the St. Lucia Sports Online covered almost all basketball games this time around for commercial basketball. A couple of montages that were created from some of the games. We highlighted some of the stars from this year's Commercial Basketball League. And of course, a very, very well done. Congratulations to the St. Lucia Basketball Federation. For me, the most exciting final I have seen. Let me make sure I preface this properly. For me, in terms of me being present at the Boseju Indoor Facility, in terms of Commercial Basketball League games, I've probably seen very exciting Commercial Basketball League games from times past. But in terms of the actual final, very, very exciting final, nail-biting final. We saw so many lead changes. We saw the defending champions, Peter and Company Distribution, coming off the blocks quickly. Troy Louisor hitting threes and penetrating, and then his brother got in on the act, Andre, and we saw Ali Quinlan for brief periods really taking over the game from the point guard position, doing what he would do, what he has done over the years, of course, providing that experience. Now a little more aged, as you can see on the court, but still the experience and ability to move and the knowledge of the game still showed in that final. And they added this year, Afa Tiso to their roster. So a strong roster last year, and they won 3 years back to back, just like Viewfort South did in football. And anybody who's followed football and basketball at the same time, they would compare Peter and Company Distribution and of course the Viewfort South as the kings in terms of their respective sporting disciplines. And I honestly do not think many persons, some people, hindsight 2020, some people will say, yes, they saw it coming, they saw financial services winning. But if we are honest, Peter and Company Distribution, they had not lost a game for over that period, and they looked really good. I would say they looked good. I would not say really good, because there are brief moments during the season. Wasco, there's a point Wasco looked like they had the better of Peter and Company Distribution in that competition. There were points that in different games they looked vulnerable, but not many persons would have made their way on the Sunday through that rain to the Darren Sammy. I keep saying Darren Sammy because every time I think of Boseju, I think of Darren Sammy. to the Bosejo indoor facility, and not many persons would have said, hands down, financial services were going to win the 2018 commercial basketball competition. Not many persons, if they're honest to you, said they had that in mind. Now, the funny thing about that basketball final is that Peter and Company, in terms of the fan base, from all indications, they seem to have more persons in the audience than financial services for obvious reasons. Peter and Company would be a more close-knit group of individuals in terms of their fan base. I mean, they have their branch in Cul-de-Sac. Yes, there's Wet and Cold Express and that sort of thing. But generally, there's more of a family. Peter and Company distribution. I mean, I frequent there. I mean, almost every month I would pass there. Of course, they are one of the sponsors for St. Lucia Sports Online. Also, Marcusson, another advertiser with DBS Sports through, I mean, they've done Lucasade over the years. They've sponsored a number of competitions. Pine Hill, they have their fun walk every year. So it's these are individuals that I know. They support sports. These people, they love sports. They sponsor. They put their money where their mouth is. And they're just not passive followers of sports. So in terms of the fan base, you'd have said that there were more Peter and Company distribution persons in the stands. Only in the final 23 seconds, all of a sudden you started hearing noises, and you got the impression that most individuals at the Bosejo indoor facility actually really wanted financial services to win for obvious reasons. Everybody likes the underdog. Everybody likes the David. Growing up, everybody liked the David and Goliath story. And for many individuals, Peter and Company, they were like Goliaths in this competition over the last 2 years, especially. You would have police coming with good teams, they can't get the better of them. You would have fire services, can't seem to get the better of PCD. And last year, financial services played in the finals, couldn't get the better of PCD. So they really came as the Goliaths. And I was just reminded of that for the last couple of seconds, because all of a sudden you heard the cheers from the crowd. People were excited that Peter and Company distribution were finally being beaten. And even on the court, I heard some of the mumblings from the players that they felt that they were outdone by the referees. Let me tell you, in my opinion, financial services played a damn good game. Physical game, but they played a good game. I found the referees did a good job controlling that game. I find the organization of the final generally was well done. As we normally do, we were there, of course, St. Lucia Sports and DBS Sports were there. We took some pictures, and we have a nice little montage for you guys.
When we step in at the party, I wanna hook up on a yardie. Watch me dancing on you. Music, like a lot I don't know. I don't behave so I get low. I know you want me how you act so when I wine fast, wine slow. All the man say, girl, I'm your fast so. La body fuego, la vaya drop low. You set the place on fire, go. Baila, mami, go. Baila, mami, go. Real bass in my heartbeat. Don't chase what I can't keep. Don't hate me cause me dirty. Cause me dirty for true. Less talking at the friend zone. More ticking at your hip bone. Shot, 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 so the blood's strong. Got me wild. All the man say, girl, I'm your paso. La body fuego. La vaya drop low. You set the place on fire, go. Baila, mami, go. Baila, mami, go. Baila, mami, go. Baila. You put the fire on me body. Take it slow, don't rush me. Ain't leaving till the morning. Fire on me
Tina a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, both a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Come on, come on. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them for bad some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance and my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every BC and every Bajan. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale.
Wow, everybody know financial services are champions, the champions of the 2018 Commercial Basketball League. Let me tell you, it's always nice to get a good game, a close game. That is exactly what this competition needed. Persons were getting jaded with the same team winning year after year after year. In terms of the fan base, persons were coming there pretty much saying, oh, I know who's going to win already. But Financial Services had a surprise for them. Shamoja Baptiste and the guys, Marlon Samuels and the guys had a treat for us, and it came in the form of the final. And I have tonight with me on the line Velika Augustine, who is the General Secretary of the St. Lucia Basketball Federation. How you doing?
I'm fine, Kenson. Good evening.
How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
It was fine.
It was fine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from all indications, from persons leaving the Bosejo Indoor facility, they really had a good time with the 2018 version, the 2018 final. Tell us a little bit about that from your perspective.
Well, I didn't see much of the game as you would expect.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, from my peepings here and there, I saw nothing but good competition, and that was excellent.
Absolutely. And of course, I remember coming by the bar. I mean, people were drinking by the bar, and I couldn't get a drink, Velika. So, I mean, the things must have been going pretty good. Was there not an expectation that they would have had that sort of crowd? And tell us a little bit about what persons were saying when they came to you.
Well, I think we had the expectation that we would get persons, but because of the weather, we kind of figured that maybe deter a few persons a bit. But nonetheless, we catered for many people. It's just that having everyone there, or a good bit of people there before, and it was just pretty much a free-on-free kind of impromptu game going on. You find out a lot more people were coming to get drinks and to get food. So that, stock kind of went by quickly because, you're waiting and you're anticipating. So what else to do but drink and eat?
All right, absolutely. And 2018, we've seen the rise of a new champion, Financial Services champions of this competition. Tell us what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's great. It's great for the competition itself. It's great for the commercial league. Like anything else, PCD is a great team. But I think that similarly to our national league, where at one point in time, persons get, like, wow, I know who's going to win. You know, even on our Facebook page, we had a poll, and it was like 13-3 or 14-2 saying that PCD would win the finals. So I think it was excellent in a way that did not happen because it was not what everyone expected, and it made it a little more exciting in that respect.
Absolutely, because I went to the bank on Friday and I was poking some of my friends at the bank. I was telling them, commercial basketball finals. I was at Bank of St. Lucia. I was waiting on my card, and the person that was serving me I think I could see her name, Kathy Thornhill. I was poking her, I was telling her, hey, I know y'all come in and I expect to see a victory for financial services. But as my friend, I have to kind of taper your expectations. Because I said that to her. Because PCD, I've seen so many teams play PCD physically coming at them, and they still somehow... Sandals, yes. I mean, really good finals
themselves.
Yes, came out last year and they just weren't able to do it. And so I just told her, let me tell you, taper your expectations. Even a game against, I think it was Royalton. I'm not sure if it was them or financial services, where they seem to be on the back foot for a while. And I just said, just like we have in terms of cricket right now, watch this. And you would just be waiting to see that fight from them. But definitely financial services, they came and they played very well.
Yes, they did. I think both teams actually played very well because the game was very close from pretty much from the beginning. I mean, they were up by, PCD was up by 7 in the first quarter, but then the game pretty much was tete-a-tete, if you want to call it that, for the rest of the 3 quarters.
Definitely. In fact, until the end, I didn't think, for PCD players, they didn't think they were going to lose, even after it was a minute down and they were down by, I think it was as many as 6 at a point. And I was like,
they were down by 6.
I was like, wow. And I mean, there were so many lead changes. But coming out of that competition, and of course, you had the 3x3 recently. How does the Basketball Federation feel about the development of basketball in St. Lucia right now?
Well, like anything else, we have to go forward from there. Recently, we had a meeting, or a kind of like a, how you call it? But I want to use the right word, like a site visit, infrastructure visit with the ministry and Mr. Lockerbie Friday past. And we were just having a conversation on their plans moving forward with sports in general, and also with infrastructure and facilities for having development in sports and moving forward from 2019 onwards. So there are a lot of plans that they are trying to put together, and with the help of us, national federations, to provide feedback, then I guess we would be better able to move forward with those plans, as well as our plans for the sport in general. Because it's been a while, and we've been saying that we want to have female basketball. And right now, I think that, we think that the best way to be to get that moving is to start with the young ones.
Absolutely.
So definitely looking forward to working with the ministry to try to get at least a few schools with youth programs where you have both male and female from maybe the ages of 5 to 12 participating more in basketball.
Absolutely. Sounds good. And of course, there's the schools basketball tournament, of course.
Going on right now.
Have y'all, what are your plans to work with the ministry to ensure that the talent identification and development goes forth from there?
Well, now that commercial league is done, we'll be looking at contacting more or less the coaches, or working more with the coaches to find out more information on these players from the different schools, and to try to get them included in the national team program moving forward.
All right. So
that they develop, and from that age up to senior level.
All right, well said. All right, Velika, thank you so much. Of course, congratulations on a successful 2018 season. Of course, you had to double up as General Secretary and be PR, PR Vice President, Treasurer, getting things going. I must say, proud of you for your tenacity and ensuring that you saw this through. I remember there were challenges, of course, in terms of scheduling because of the tournament and the use of that.
We have kind of worked on that for 2019, and we've kind of sent some preliminary dates across to the indoor management so that we can book early, so we can try to see that everything goes well and we have not so many, nicks and knacks here and there.
I must say, it would have been a very challenging year for you guys because, of course, you know, there's futsal and different persons want to use the facility. And
now there's cricket, so.
Exactly. And, of course, before the rain, the training sessions, they would want to have it at that facility, which is really what, part and parcel of what it was there for as well. And, of course, they all weathered that storm because, I mean, you would have peak days. This is a commercial competition. So a Friday would be a peak day to have basketball, and Saturdays.
But I'd have to say that we really managed, and despite having, you know, we would have expected more persons to come out from the organizations themselves to support the team. There were times that a few of them actually came out. I must say that financial services, PCD, Royalton, just to name a few, these were primarily the ones that you could always, no matter what day it was, what time they had games,
they would
have some sort of support from their organization.
Wow, okay, definitely. Well, again, congratulations and keep up the hard work. I know it's a lot, so keep up the hard work. And
thank you very much for your assistance. You helped us a good bit. And all of our sponsors, KFC, Flow, all of them. I can't name all right now. I don't have time to name all, but they do themselves Stag, Royal Stout, etc.
All right. Well said, well said. Congratulations again and see you soon. And tell Leslie, answer his phone. I was trying to get him.
Actually, before my phone rang, he messaged and said he was on another call, so he can't take the call, so make sure I answer.
Oh, so, okay. Yes. All right. Well, we still have time in the show, and you can call and just give us a little, from a presidential point of view, what his thoughts was. Yeah, but we still have time, so he can call.
All right.
We will take his call. He can call anytime, and Junior will organize him.
All right, no problem.
All right. Good night. We'll talk.
Thanks.
All right, so Velika Augustine there, the General Secretary of the St. Lucia Basketball Federation, having a successful 2018 season. Very difficult season in terms of scheduling for these individuals, and of course the Media Association, a team that has been part of the competition and the setup for the last couple of years, having to pull out of the competition this year, creating another setback for them, but they kept focus on their goal of achieving this sort of competition this year. And of course, I'd like to see a youth competition from a commercial perspective put together as well. If perhaps concurrently, Peter and Company, they could call, probably have an under-19 team from, just put their team together, Peter and Company, youth team, you have Royalton, grab some individuals from off the street, have their youth team, a similar competition that is developmental in nature as well during that time. Of course, it's easier said than done, and you need numbers, you need persons to come out, Neil, come back, help the association to get things going and to move forward. All right, I've been told I have another caller online, so let's see who we have. Oh, okay. All right. We're moving. All right. Okay. So Julius will be my following caller is already online. So let me segue into that. Now, this weekend, of course, for many of us was absolutely difficult in terms of moving around. And one of the competitions we had this weekend, of course, was the Veterans Football Competition to the Mabia Valley. And I'm pretty sure, I've been getting pressure all the day today because they did not see me in the Valley on a Saturday. My plans were to go on Saturday because I knew I had to give basketball the attention they deserve, because for the entire year I didn't give them the amount they needed. And my intention was to go on a Saturday, but as fate would have it, the rains on a Saturday, I just really was fearful. I just did not feel good about passing on that bad lil at all. So I have to apologize to the organizers and, of course, my friends and family in the Mabia Valley. I was not able to make it over there. But, of course, we have on the line Mr. Alvin Malakan, who can tell us a little bit more about what happened on the weekend. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Kenton. Good evening. How are you doing? Everything's all right?
I am fine. I am good. I got to rest sort of on Saturday.
Whilst we were working hard, I think everything went on well in the valley. Well, in spite of the weather, we had a lot of rains, but the people came out, and we as the organizers felt really good about it. The players wanted to play the matches in the rain.
Yeah.
And we had 3 scheduled matches, but we actually just did 2. Yeah, we're so fair. We came up against Choiseul, and Laboe Connections. Yeah, they played Canaries. Two really nice games, you know.
I can imagine, because I was looking forward to, especially Soufre Choiseul, simply because of what happened with Soufre the week before.
Oh boy, Soufre came out. Soufre really wanted to set the tone with Choiseul.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were aiming for goals galore. You know, they finished 6-2. You know, so that wasn't too bad. You know.
Absolutely, 8-goal thriller.
An 8-goal thriller. I think they were trying to at least do like 7-2 and have like a 9, but that didn't really happen. Yeah, but all in all, it went down really, really well.
All right.
Yeah, really well.
Choiseul is a team that we've been looking forward to. We see the potential every year in Choiseul, but they seem to run into some walls. And to have your first game against Soufre in this competition, nah, not nice.
Yeah, boy, that's an unfortunate thing, especially when Soufre went to school with Era Masters, you know, so you don't want to be that team coming up against Soufre.
Absolutely. The second game, what happened?
Well, second game, Laboe Connections, they played Canaries, a really, really nice game. I think if the conditions were better, you see some really good quality football. Evenly matched team, I would say. You know, and they came up with the 2-2 draw. Yeah. You know, so that was really nice to see.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. So the third game of yesterday, rains. The heavens opened, and I think I understood that the third game was pretty much called off.
Yeah, it was called off. You know, I think the guys still wanted to go onto the field, but we decided we were going to, you know, call off that match.
So will that be rescheduled or set a point?
Okay. I think what we're trying to do is find the right day to put that match on. So Denry's looking forward to it, and also Central Beaufort.
Okay, all right, definitely. The All Blacks would definitely want to play that game. That would have been an absolute thriller. So it's one to look out for sure. So Sunday action continued.
Sunday we had Beaufort North coming up against Grosley. Oh boy, Grosley took Beaufort to school. You know, they won. I think it was 7-0. Yeah, so that just set the tone. Grosley is looking really, really good.
I was just about to ask you if you got to see the game, because I mean we've been having our conversations on Vibe Radio on Fridays, and I mean most of the times people assume that I am beefing up and boasting Grosley simply because I'm a Jean Grosley. But I have said in times past when I didn't think Grosley measured up to what I expected that Grosley were not going to do what they were going to do. But for me this year, if persons think, or if people are not looking at Grosley as one of the favorites, they have another thing coming, Mr. Malakan.
Yeah, definitely. I think Grosley is a team that's looking like a champion team. You know, they focus. Good quality players. You know, Myron had probably one of the best goals at the tournament, a beautifully struck free kick. You know, so all in all, you know, I'm looking like a team that really wants it, you know, and that just makes Group B, you know, very interesting, you know.
Absolutely. Now, of course, I was asked about Francis Lastic, and in terms of he being part of the squad and playing, and I remember saying very early that they would not miss him. He would be, in terms of the back end of the tournament, his experience and his ability to control the ball in the middle of the field and that sort of thing and distribute the ball, that he would be an asset. But until the business end, I'm not worried about whether or not he is there.
Yeah, I think you know, he coming into the team would always add good quality, you know. But then the balance of the Grosley team, you know, anybody can really fit in. And with Myron coming in, you know, you have Everton Regis, you know, the guys, you know, it's just an excellent team. You know, it's a good balanced team, I must say.
And we don't even have to mention Roger Celestine and his exploits up front.
Yeah, definitely. He's scoring another hat trick.
Yeah.
You know, so it's coming on quite nicely.
Yes, so this Grosley, I think there was another interesting game on Sunday.
Valley came up against
Congorians. Yes.
Yeah, Congorians looked well. You know, I think Valley was really looking for the win and just got the better of Congorians. I think one of the things, you know, you could see with the Congorian team, you know, is that a lot of the teams, you know, are almost been like small goal football. They want to walk into the goal with the ball, you know? Yeah, so it's something we have to look into, you know, so encourage the guys, you know, to play as they say, big goals football.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, so Valley got the better. Yeah,
of Congorians at home.
All right. One thing, and for me, the match, although I missed this one, was Monrepo coming up against Ancillary. And that you know, from all indications that Monrepo played extremely well.
Yeah.
And the guys, oh man, the guys were elated. They celebrated that, you know,
a draw.
That 0-0 draw, because it gives Monrepo their first point.
Yeah.
In I would say probably in 3 years of the tournament, you know.
Yeah,
so,
they've always had to go for the qualifiers.
Like a championship for them.
Of course, Anthony would be disappointed. They would have put that one in the bag for themselves.
Yeah,
but of
and
course,
it makes it very interesting too, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think both groups. It will shape up a very, very nice league. Caricom Masters, they have their work set for them in the near future.
And that matchup comes up on Saturday. You know, so I'm encouraging everybody to come out to the Marshall Ground Saturday. Well, we started on Wednesday.
Yes, yeah. What's next? Wednesday.
Yeah, you have Prophets and Kings coming up against Miko Veterans. You know, and that's a Group B matchup. And then you have Marshall coming up against Flow Lancers FC.
Okay.
And that will be at 8 p.m. and that's on Wednesday.
All right. And then action on Saturday?
Action on Saturday. You have 3 matches. Soufre. I don't have the fixtures with me right now, but Soufre plays a 4 o'clock game. I think Soufre will be playing, is it PSADC? I'm not too sure. But
we'll get that information to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Action in Marsha this weekend.
In Marsha. Kicks
Wednesday.
off at 4 p.m. on Saturday and 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Triple headers on both days.
Wow.
And this weekend at the Marshall Grounds, you have like really good top teams coming to the Marshall Grounds, you know, so we're really bringing back football to the capital of Castries. So
back to your home.
Wednesday action and the weekend. Yeah, the place to be this weekend is Marshall Grounds.
Absolutely. All right, Mr. Malakan, of course, I must say, you guys pulling out, 5 out of 6 games on the weekend, a wet weekend in St. Lucia. Absolutely kudos to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And then I just want to thank the players. I think the teams really made it easy. The guys wanted to play. You know, so sometimes you find guys, you know, they don't want to play in the conditions, and you know, but they really wanted to play. The guys enjoyed themselves.
Definitely.
You know, they really did. You know, for me as an organizer, I'd hope for better conditions, but they enjoyed it. The camaraderie among the players was excellent. You know, so hats off to them. I think for me, they were the men of the weekend.
All right. Okay, sir. Well, thank you so much for that little update. Of course, we'll keep St. Lucia posted. St. Lucia Sports Online, the update tomorrow will provide the fixture for the following day, which is Wednesday, and of course for the weekend. And of course, we still have some stuff to discuss in terms of getting you that information on that storage device. So we'll talk tomorrow, Mr. Malak.
All right. Take care.
All right. That was Alvin Malakan, of course, the CEO of Veterans in Sports Inc., talking about the veterans football last weekend at the Mabia Valley. And of course, I wasn't able to take in that football, so we'll organize it. You will see me soon in the Valley for sure. All right, we have a couple of messages. Somebody says, watching you speak about the commercial league finals, and honestly, if Financial had stuck to their original team without all those outside players, 6 to name a few, they would have never defeated PCD. This has to be a PCD fan. PCD only brought in 1 person, and they gave a hell of a performance. It's like Financial had an all-star side. Even the bench was good. Okay, somebody says, have a great evening, baby. That person is from way back. From the time you heard that name, that person is either Jean Grosile, a Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School student, or somebody who knows me from way back when. And the person says, that's my 2 cents about that finals. All right. Well said. Very well said. Okay, cannot read that. Cannot read that, of course. Cannot read that. All right. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go to our sports class moment. We had the basketball finals, a very exciting basketball finals. And of course, I had to go back to my basketball history and pull out something for you guys. And I'm not even going to make anything about it, because I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I'll be a Laker until I die. In the sports class movement, Kobe Bryant, 81 points in a basketball game. Let's take a look.
He had, I think, 3 consecutive 30-point games.
Kobe reverse layup to score. Just getting going. Joe McDonald here in for Joel. Lance alongside him. Kobe, another tough shot. Some of the rookies, of course, at this point hitting the wall halfway through the season as Kobe knocks it down. And the other night, in fact, his worst shooting night in a month. Here's Kobe. Oh, sweet move. A little bit in Milwaukee, then down in Houston. He's one of those guys that everybody wants. 57 straight. Make it 58.
He's up to 58, 59 now.
59. It's a double-double just about every night. Kobe is back in and not a moment too soon. Kevin George guns it to Mim. Little backdoor. Kobe scores on the slam. Knocks down the 3 with regularity. Kobe trying to answer back from 2. We'll go to the side story when the Lakers are down by 14. That's what, now 61 in a row? Did I do it?
Yeah.
Is it my fault? The scoreboard says 60-49.
All of the Lakers have to get going offensively.
Kobe has been going, and he keeps it going with the backhand layup. Bryant again for the Lakers. Kobe baseline, got it again. Just yo-yoing the dribble and stops at the top of the key.
Well, they're giving him the ball to see if he can add to it.
Yes, he does. Still 6.5 to play in the third. He pulls up for a 3. Yes! Kobe again. Here's Kobe trying to move around Mo Pete, trying to put him up. Finally shoots, counted in the foul.
Decides to go up with him, hits him on the arm.
Here's Kobe again. Yes, sir. Kobe all the way. Reverse layup is good. Knocked away by Kobe. Great hustle by Kobe. He's going to score. Slam dunk, Lakers lead. Oh, great pass. Kobe alone, slam dunk.
They're all geared for you, but he's
void of all the draw. Nobody helping right now defensively, so he'll take the 15-footer. Oh, Kobe counted foul. Kobe goes straight to the dribble in the lane, laid up and in. Well, his average tonight, you would think. His average is 6. Kobe with it now. Lakers lead 105-96. Another 3. 4 away from Elgin Baylor's Laker record. For 3 again. Yes!
well, they're 70.
Pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record.
Oh, my goodness.
I see your point, though. Kobe down the middle, throw up and in. Second, 27 in the third.
I see it.
Here's number 1. Do you believe it? This one would be to tie Wilt for number 2, and the next one would be to pass. For the night, at least. Brown for 80. This would be 18 for 20 from the line, and an 81-point game. 55 in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
NBA performance in history for me. Absolutely amazing. I just started reading his book, The Mamba Mentality. Great read. I guess anybody who is a Kobe fan should order it. It's a bit expensive. It just came out, so it's going to be a bit expensive, but a very good book. I like books where persons talk about the greatness of others. It doesn't make sense for Darren Sammy to write a book and talk about Darren Sammy's greatness. Kenson Kazmi needs to do that for Darren Sammy or somebody else for you to get a picture of the measure of the man. And I guess the book really lives up to that expectation. All right, so you just saw flashing there a picture of a brain and, of course, the anatomy of a brain. And we're about to take our Blue Waters break. And today we're going to discuss something very, very important when it comes to water. And we're going to talk about water and brain function. All right, very, very important. Of course, for those of you out there getting ready to do examinations, for those of you out there working on projects for work, those of you out there who know they would be at work from 9 to 5 and they need to function properly. So just pay attention to this today. Drinking water and brain function are integrally linked. Lack of water to the brain can cause numerous symptoms, including problems with focus, memory, brain fatigue, and fog, as well as headaches, sleep issues, anger, depression, and many, many more. All right. So the average person, according to the Mayo Clinic, the average adult loses more than 80 ounces of water every day through sweating, breathing, and eliminating waste. Now, wrap your mind around this. This is talking about a society that not necessarily is in the tropics like we. So if the individual writing here says that 80 ounces of water is being lost by an average person, could you imagine in the tropics as individuals who walk to and from work, who have to move around, sports individuals, you lose way more than that, all right? So the brain is one of the most important organs in your body to keep fuel. It is approximately 85% water, and brain function depends on having abundant access to water. So water gives the brain the electrical energy for all brain functions, including memory processes, all right? When your brain is functioning on a full reservoir of water, you'll be able to think faster, be more focused, and experience greater clarity and, importantly, creativity. So when you flowing well, you're well hydrated in terms of your thoughts, in terms of developing plans and coming up with ideas, being creative. Water helps with that a lot, all right? So daily hydration will not only help you with a better thinking, it can help prevent attention deficit disorder in children and adults, all right? So especially for children, we need to ensure that they're always hydrated. All right, so brain symptoms of dehydration. Dehydration causes your brain to shut down and not run at a full speed. And we said some of the mental symptoms include focus issues, depression, anger, emotional instability, headaches, stress, lack of mental clarity or acuity. So definitely you want to drink as much water as possible. I always advise individuals that I am not a doctor, I am a reader, and I believe in consuming as much water as possible. And I always make my recommendation for my sponsor, Blue Waters. Grab a Blue Waters today. I was told at some point, you know, the supermarkets did not even have Blue Waters because persons are really drinking Blue Water. So you want to continue to drink as much as possible, especially our students and, of course, the powers that be coming up with idea generation and ensuring that we continue to succeed as a nation. With that said, we take our Blue Waters break. Welcome back to 758 Sports Talk, and we are looking at events from the past weekend, and we're segueing into a very important activity we held this weekend, and we have guests in studio. I guess you could see a little bit of my guests right next to me. We have a small set. Yeah, we'll be introducing them a little bit later on. But it was quite unfortunate after all that promotion for the 2018 version of the ICC Women's World T20, the first standalone Women's World T20, that the heavens opened up. But the great man up there, he knows what he's doing. I sat down at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds for a little while on Saturday and wondered, and I just thought back to the road shows. I thought back to mothers and daughters in cricket, the school visits, and I was just wondering, oh my gosh, we're really not going to get that concert going today and the activities going. But as we said, everything happens for a reason. Despite that, I was able to get an interview. Shenseea and Patrice, they did perform at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds, albeit in front of very little individuals at the grounds. I was able to get an interview with Shenseea after her performance, and let's just take a look at what she said.
Well, I feel really, really good to be a part of this movement because I too is a woman of empowerment, and I've always said to myself and to my supporters out there that no matter the gender, female or male, once you love something, you do it, you work hard, you excel in it, and just be yourself, and just you will take off, and trust in God always.
All right, so despite the weather, we still saw some people jumping up in the crowd, enjoying themselves.
Yes, even though they came on the pitch quite late, but I too couldn't get to jump down on there because you know me, I would be down in there bumping and whining and gyrating to all my songs and all that, and just building a vibe with all my shingings. But it was pretty amazing. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed it, getting wet and all that.
Shenseea, young Shenseea, very young Shenseea, very excited to be in St. Lucia. My guest is laughing because he knows very young Shenseea. And Patrice did her thing. I really enjoyed Patrice from where I took in some of the games, some of the activities from the media end. And of course, I really enjoyed it. All right, I have a couple of messages. Somebody says, good night to Dudu. I came to cricket and the rain just sent me to the movies instead. That's an individual traveling from all down south, so definitely understand what actually happened to her. Of course, transportation is still available for individuals who want to see most of the matches. In fact, tomorrow, West Indies will be playing that feature matchup tomorrow night at the Darren Sammy. I was able to take in the first game tonight between England and Bangladesh. Not a bad crowd for night when West Indies is not actually playing. I took some pictures, so you could check out St. Lucia Sports Online a little bit later on for those pictures. Now, before the matches, Mr. Darren Sammy, of course, who is one of the ambassadors for the ICC Women's World T20, he's the one representing the St. Lucia version of the tournament. He did a short interview at the school visit by South Africa. He spoke a little bit about the school visit. We featured that on St. Lucia Sports Online. Spoke about how important it was to have that school visit. And he made another donation to the West Indies women's team. Let's take a look at that.
Watch this, watch this, watch this, see how we're watching.
The South Africans came in last night, and that's a massive effort from them to be present at the Grozile secondary school. You know, mingling, getting a little bit of the St. Lucian culture, and yeah, they're now playing a game of cricket with the female team. So, you know, stuff like that you get to do on tour. You know, it's inspiration to the girls that aspire to play, mingling with some of the best cricketers in the world.
Right, what's that I hear about Darren Sammy donating shades to the West Indies cricket team? I know you wouldn't expect me to ask you that today, but yeah, talk to us about that.
You put me on the spot there. Look, last World Cup whilst we were in India, you know, I have this company called Sasa who does sports eyewear, and I got some for the girls last time. They won, so I decided, you know what, let's order some of them. You know, it came in, I think, yesterday, so I'm waiting for them to come to St. Lucia so I could donate it to them. You know, it's all it's all good when you're on the field and you're looking trendy and classy, and you know, as a player, you know, these things, you know, attire is everything sometimes.
Finally, definitely we've been building up to this event, and it's finally here, a couple days away from here. Some final words to St. Lucia?
Yeah, look, tomorrow is the event is going to start in Guyana, and then on Saturday, you know, the big day. You know, let's show the Caribbean, let's show the world that, you know, St. Lucia is a place where, you know, we support our own, and I encourage them to come out and continue to show their support to cricket and the ICC World Women's World T20. It's gonna be, the best thing is the entire Johnson Charleston. I'm not asking for much, just the entire Johnson Charleston to be packed, supporting women's cricket.
Watch this, India fete. Watch this, the whole world singing. Everybody jump and watch this.
And there you have it, St. Lucia. I still believe at least, if not Wednesday or Friday and Sunday, we can have that full field, the entire Johnson Charleston packed, supporting Windies women. And St. Lucia, finally you could see the gorgeous person next to me as my guest tonight. You saw a little bit of a arm a little bit earlier in our shots. And so we'll have a discussion tonight. We have a lot to get into tonight. Of course, we'll have to segue into everything going on in the world of cricket. But tonight, right next to me, on my right hand, is the PRO for the Darren Sammy Foundation. I must say, doing an excellent job, Miss Joel Kade. Joel. I have to say Joel.
Yes, it's French.
It's Joel Kade. Yeah, both names. And of course, to her right, my far right, no introduction needed, Mr. Darren Sammy. Yes. Of course, the philanthropist, as we just showed there, the one behind donating. Let me tell you, St. Lucia, every time this guy has to do something, I make it my duty to make myself available, because honestly, I believe we live in a society where we love to zoom in on the negative. We love the sensational stories. We love to just go and look for when somebody slaps somebody somewhere, or somebody, you know, when somebody is doing positive in our nation. I believe we have to highlight it, not because he's my friend, but because it's absolutely amazing, his commitment to development. So Joel, tell us a little bit about your relationship with Mr. Sammy, and of course being PRO, the Darren Sammy Foundation. That's an introduction of yourself to St. Lucia, and let them know what you do.
Oh my God, where do I start? My journey with the Darren Sammy Foundation began in 2016 on the 10th of August, my birthday. Of course. The foundation was launched, and it has always been Darren's dream to give back, and he has been in the position where he's able to give back to a lot of young St. Lucians, and he's done it silently for a number of years, privately for a number of years. And you know, he said, you know what, 2016, I want to launch the Darren Sammy Foundation, and I want to give back and do much more than what I have been doing in the past. And I came on board as a PRO, and you know, handling social media, press releases, whatever it is, a lot of behind the scenes work with Kathy, who's the vice president, and Francilia Austin, who handles a lot of the day-to-day runnings. And she's the logistics. Yes, so the big up Fran and Kathy. So I came on board, and it's been such an eye-opener to see what's really going on out there. I mean, of course, you hear a lot of the negative stories on news, but then when you hear things like Darren is giving back, you don't hear it so much. And I'm very happy that he took the step like he did to found the Darren Sammy Foundation. And from 2016 to now, we've helped out over 20 young bright stars, St. Lucia's future stars, who all have an interest in sports or some kind of sporting discipline, or some extra curricular activities, and of course there's a focus on education as well, and the foundation is that we're serving St. Lucia through sport and education. So there's not just a focus on sports, there's a focus on education. You know, we're living in a time right now where you can do anything and you can be everything you want. You can be a cricketer and you can be a scientist. You can do anything, and that is what he's trying to make them understand as well. So that's what I'm trying to push as well, that mission that he's trying to achieve, to help St. Lucia, to help the young stars who are from underprivileged homes. And we've met so many wonderful, like Naya Antoine, oh my God, like Prince, so many wonderful children that we've met over the years. And I'm very excited to see what will happen in 2019 and beyond.
All right, Princess Rosalie, just that's a talent to look out for. So, yeah, you're right. I know them. I have to zoom in on them. Yes. All right, very well said, Mr. Sami. I think a lot of persons would have. I think that got about 2,000 views. So persons who are aware that you were making a donation to the West Indies team. I think that happened yesterday. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Well, I don't know how you got to know that. Look, it's just I have a contact out of India, you know, who does eyewear. It's the close similar to Oakley's, but I think they've put in a lot of effort as to what the cricketer or what the sportsman wants, and you know, the ladies, they do like to look trendy and flashy on the field, you know, and it was just a simple gesture, you know. I promised Marissa and Taylor as soon as they got to St. Lucia, I would order it. And actually Marissa reminded me, so I had to get on a phone call to the guys out of India, and yeah, he sent sunglasses to the entire team. Actually, they practiced today, and you know, it was really hot. And Marissa said all the girls were really pleased and happy. I saw some of them posted on their social media page, but it's just it's nothing, you know. It's at my disposal. So
let me tell you something. You see what you saw in that clip was genuine shock, because Sammy never told me anything, and I mean, we speak often. He never told me anything about making that donation. I had to do my little investigative journalism.
Well, that's your job. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
And what this guy is up to. He's always up to something, and I was very pleased to have heard that. Sammy, again, just to tie it all in, Kiana, part of the West Indies team, finally conclusive. We waited forever to get that. Tell us how you feel about that, another young lady from St. Lucia.
Yeah, I feel really good about that. You know, right now she's our only national representation on the international circuit, you know, because Sammy is not there, Johnson Charles has not been selected in a while, you know, Kimani is the other person, but she's really now, you know, the one representing us carrying the flag on the international team. Whether she will get a game in the 11, you know, that seems really tough, but she's one who's looking forward to improving, you know, and speaking to some of the team members yesterday, you know, she still got to put in some work. You know, I told them, you know, she has good example in the team. People like DeAndre Doughton and Haley Matthews. These are good examples, you know, because Haley last year was only 17. Well, 2 years ago was only 17, and the way she's, you know, propelled herself up into the rankings in the top 4 in women's cricket. You know, Kiana could do that, but the hard work doesn't stop when you get to that level. You know, she has to be fit, she has to be, you know, strong and doing the professional stuff to get her, you know, playing in the 11. So I'm happy that she made the team, but the work doesn't stop here.
All right, so I have to ask this question to segue into Joel telling us a little bit about this upcoming event. I think for St. Lucians, we have an idea of what Darren Sammy stands for, but in terms of the Darren Sammy Foundation, what is your vision for this foundation in St. Lucia?
Well, when I launched, I said is to, you know, help further develop and build champions. You know, I must admit it's come with its challenges. Obviously, we live in a time where finance is not always forthcoming. You know, I've had to do a lot from my own pocket, but you know, sponsors like Digicel, you know, I've been with them for over 14 years now, so they always they're ready for me whenever I need help. You know, chairman's reserve. Yeah, you know, they've come on board, and you know, last year, Sajiko, you know, made a contribution, and you know, people do come up, but I do understand. That's why, you know, I will not try to hang my hat too high. You know, I rather give a quality service, and like Joel said, you know, over to date I could count, we've given over 35 scholarships, you know, in the last 2.5 years to students. Some of them have done really well, and they've been retained for another year. Every year we've done a Christmas surprise Christmas hamper, you know, throughout the year. You know, the foundation helps athletes, groups, and I do certain visits, and you know, actually just this week, the vice president, we were discussing a competition we'll have island-wide. You know, I did get those laptops, so 2 schools will win 2 laptops. We put in a competition, you know, where if you win, you could win a laptop for yourself and the school. You know, I think I'll call it Lappy Happy.
Lappy Happy.
yes, I think that's what I call it, Lappy Happy. You know, so we'll come up with maybe the primary schools. We'll probably have to do a poem, write a poem on some subject, and the secondary schools might have to write a story. Probably, maybe independence is coming soon. Who knows? We could do something about St. Lucia, but we'll come out. That is, you know, something the foundation is looking to do. But like I said earlier, it has been challenging, but I'm not gonna give up. You know, I'll do as much as I can with the funds and resources that I have. That's why this weekend is very important.
Yes.
Joel, talk to us. I tell you, I just like wait, you know. That being said, we have an idea of the vision and everything it takes. Tell us what's going on this weekend.
Right. So I'm very excited to say that the Darren Sammy Foundation will be having its Cotton Ball. Cotton Club, sorry. The Cotton Club. Yes. So we're having our fundraising.
It's ballroom style, so we don't write about it.
Ballroom style. So it'll be our fundraising gala, and this is the second time that we're hosting the event, and I'm very happy with the response that we've been getting from persons. But before I get into that, we'll be having some wonderful performances by our top performers, entertainers like Teddyson John, Arthur, Michael Robinson, Bohingson, Ezra. Like, we're coming out with the entertainment. Sidale, we're coming out with the entertainment.
You had me at Ezra, by the way. John was in the building.
We're coming out to impress, but we're asking persons not to just come and enjoy yourself at the event. There's a reason why we're having it. And it's to raise funds so that we can continue to push forward our initiatives like our mentorship program and to continue having scholarships or giving out scholarships every year to students. So every ticket, which costs $250, all the proceeds goes towards our initiatives, which we're going to, of course, have every single year. So it's $250. You can get it from tickets from team members like myself, Kathy or Francilia, and we have, of course, eats included, entertainment included.
Included in the $250. You don't have to buy food after that.
And we're going on and on and on until. So come to have fun. It starts at 9 p.m. and I'm not sure what time you're going to leave.
Okay.
I'm not
it depends.
sure.
Yeah, it's at Sandals Grand St. Lucia. So I'm really excited. Kenson, it's another opportunity for me to like really dress up.
I know you like that.
I want to be the best dressed guy there, you know.
You know that's his thing, eh? 758 top model.
No, but like, look, it's just been amazing. Once I reached out to, you know, guys like Teddy and Arthur and Michael Robinson and Cedar and Ezra, all these guys were just like, you know what, for that cause, count me in, you know, and even, you know, the radio stations, you know, have, you know, come on board. You here at DBS, you know, they've really come on board, and you know, the main sponsors, Digicel and chairmans, you know,
look, I have two main sponsors here, and you know, I'm really, really proud to be associated with them. You know, especially, you know, Digicel, like I said earlier, they've been here I've been with them since 2004, and you know, I just, you know, had a partnership with chairmen who've just been, you know, amazing and very supportive. And you know, I know when I did it, people said, oh, sports and alcohol, but there's far more beyond that. You know, look, the way they've supported the
so Ginny's a visionary, so she would understand what you need to do.
So I'm looking forward to the event. You know, we have a few tickets left. I've told people, you know, once they WhatsApp or call 718-6716 and
724-3792 and 284-3144.
Kenson, I will personally deliver the tickets.
Wow. Service, eh?
Wow.
So all that comes in the $250. Butler service included.
Remember, when Sammy told me that you would organize 2 tickets for me. I said, boss, for that cause, I am purchasing my 2 tickets.
Yeah, because
so I am expecting you to deliver it.
Yes, it's
no difference.
I will. Look, anybody who calls from now on or text and say that they want the few tickets left, I will personally deliver
Give them numbers
the tickets.
Again. Give them numbers again.
718-6716.
724-3792 and 284.
Maybe you should probably put it somewhere.
We'll try and organize. You should have Junior was there the time. You let them.
but look, come out, have some fun. You know, Kenson, when I go out, I don't go out halfway.
Yeah.
You know, I will go out and have a great time. The performers, you know, they're the best in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And the cause is for a great cause.
Yeah.
And you will, look, I know we have our designer, Mr. Adrian Auger, decorating the place.
That's going to look classy.
You know, when Adrian comes out, he comes out really, really good. So by the time, it will be like you coming on the red carpet. You see the awards happen last night. You will feel like you.
And it's a wonderful theme too. And
he's the Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented poet. So, you know, he goes all out with it, Great Gatsby. So I'm excited to see what he comes up with. And, you know, I'm excited to just be there and see everybody come and take it in the moment. And also knowing from behind the scenes, like, what we have to do just to ensure that these kids get what they have to get, the books, everything they need to get for school. So I know it'll go a long way.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that it's coming, like the vision that we have for the foundation is materializing.
And let me tell you, Linda has been pretty much, let me tell you, when you spoke about advertising, Linda has been like, come on, we need to get it, we need to get it. So we are still trying to get some ad out to reach more persons. All right, so we'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll try to organize putting that card up with the numbers to call.
Yes.
Like you'll ask, we'll get Julia back in to do that.
Just DM us on our social media page. You know, whichever medium you want to contact me or the foundation team, I will be there.
All right. So we'll take a break. When we come back, of course, the phone lines, we'll open the phone lines. Just share your thoughts with us. And any questions you probably have for Sammy. You know, he in St. Lucia one day and out the next. So, and of course,
this is your chance.
Yeah, this is your chance. All right. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. That's different. We're back here at 758 Sports Talk. Of course, we're discussing the Great Gatsby theme for this weekend's fundraiser at Darren Sammy Foundation. The Sanders Grand, doing it big time, ballroom style, classy style. Let me tell you, don't do much with yourself. Bring your suit, bring your suit and tie and come. And I said that because I have some messages I must.
Oh my God!
All right. Somebody says, "Yeah, that's tickets. That's tickets for what exactly do I have to pay? How much? Didn't hear the first part was away." All right. So the person wants more information about the activity this weekend. So we'll furnish you with that information a little bit. Let me just go through some of the messages. Of course, we're going to open the phone lines right now. The number will appear on the television screen, 4519788, and of course you can send your WhatsApp messages to 4880929. Yes, somebody says Vietnamese boys want to come on board. Let me tell you, that and Ali Ali, I got nobody say the best songs that come out in Lucia this year. Oh yes. Pali, sorry. Two best songs that come out this year in the show. Alright, somebody says right. Oh, yeah. I'll have to come back to that. That person sent something there for me to open. Alright. Alright. Dan, is there a team being put in place to assist Kimani in making the jump to the Senior West Indies team as a permanent fixture, not forgetting his education? Do you have any information on that? You want to respond quickly?
Well, Kimani has been playing first-class cricket. I know he's in fifth form, I think, at the Babuno Secondary School, right? And
no, he graduated.
He graduated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he did well too.
Yeah, and he's a very disciplined young man, and I could foresee him being the next St. Lucian to actually graduate onto the senior team. You know, I think he should be playing first-class cricket this season for the Windward Islands. You know, hopefully he's selected. But Kimani is heading in the right direction. You know, he has his head on. I'm not worried about him. He trains every day, you know, and he's very fit.
Okay, all right, definitely. Okay, so let's go into most of the questions are about the information. Apparently, some people stepped out briefly, had to use the bathroom, and they want that information again. So give it to them this Saturday.
Okay, so this Saturday, November 17th, we're having the Cotton Ball, which is our fundraising black tie gala at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian. And we have limited tickets available right now, and they cost $250. Of course, all proceeds will go towards fulfilling the Darren Sammy Foundation's initiatives for the upcoming year. You can purchase tickets from team members. Numbers for to reach a team members are 718-6716, 724-3792, and 284-3144. So you can purchase tickets from team members, and they are very limited. We have some top performers in the house on Saturday, like Teddyson John, Bohingson, Michael Robinson, Arthur Sidale, Ezra. You have eats included, and of course it's at the Sandals Grand from 9 p.m.
Okay, somebody wants to know if there's a different price at the door.
No. It's the same. It's the same price, but I don't think you could get tickets at the door. You know, like I said, it's a fundraising activity at Sandals, so everybody has to be catered for. You know, and we've had Harry Edwards, you know, giving jewelry to be auctioned as well. You know, at the event.
And a lunch with you as well at Dashin Restaurant.
There's also Ladera has put in the lunch at the Dashin Restaurant. And guess what? I'll be your lunch date. So, I'm telling you. So look, I've made myself available. You know, not for selection.
Coffee will be there soon.
No, but the date also, the lunch date have to ensure that they look good, because you know 75 top model going to come there with his
no. The pass at the lunch sponsored by Ladera at the Dashin, and I've stayed at Ladera. I could tell you the food there is amazing. So Yeah, I didn't want to do dinner. I don't think they would let me go out for dinner, but you know, a lunch overlooking the most beautiful site in St. Lucia, the Pitons at the Dashin restaurant, and I think it's for 3, so or
Get
for
some
4.
real-
So maybe it's me and you and you and you. So it's not just the 2 of us.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
so
That works. That will
And we
work.
also have prizes for best dress.
yeah,
on the
they
19th.
have a prize for best dress.
Okay.
You know, and
Besides you.
look,
judged by
and
you.
Chairman's has Chairman's has promised it's just premium drinks that will be at that event. So the drinks is covered. You know, the entertainment is covered. You know, the venue is covered. All is missing
Is for you to come.
you to
Just
come.
come in the most
Come
classiest
and
Come in and
fashion.
support.
come dressed to support.
And support.
Yeah, and support. But I think with the everybody would. I think more couples will be coming to that, Kenson.
Yeah.
That's what I think. The Great Gatsby. When I look at the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio stepping in, you know, it was just amazing. So it's 4. Well, after tonight is 4 days.
Yeah.
4 days
Right
left.
around the
Again,
corner.
right
yeah.
around the corner.
You have your suit already, Kenson?
Means me to have suits. Yeah. You forget what I do for a living.
Yeah. But for those who are asking, it's really for worthy cause. It's a form of, it's my charity fundraiser, you know, and that's why I would love to invite everybody and just have them.
Yeah.
But then that would be too costly for me.
Yeah.
The kids would suffer. So
Yeah, because we need to get them the stuff.
so that's why it's happening, and it's over the weekend, you know. So
We have no excuse.
No excuse.
Yeah.
It is a Saturday.
And I know St. Lucians, when there's an event, they come out.
Yeah,
Yes.
they just
You know,
like to. You got the question I'm being asked about by the door. Buy your tickets before. Solutions like to go by
Last
the door.
minute.
Buy your
maybe
tickets.
they want to peep in, but I'm telling you, with Adrian decorating the venue, you will want to be there.
It will look
you
nice.
know,
It will look
James with Maker have come on board with the photo.
Photography.
You know, so you know when James and Evans, is it Evans? Jesse. James and Jesse take your photos, and you know it's you got to be. It's a top thing.
Top of the top.
Listen, when I walk, I want ants to follow me. I'll be so sweet at this event.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I'm telling you. And kudos, I must thank my wife, Kathy, and the team.
Yeah.
Kenson, I'm not taking credit for this. Kathy and the team members,
They've been
you
doing
know,
their thing.
they've been working day in, day out, you know, and, you know, hopefully, well, God's grace, the event will be a success.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you've seen the numbers there at the bottom of the screen. Junior has just taken away the WhatsApp number for me. So these are the numbers you could get to get your tickets: 718-6716, 724-3792, or 285-3144. These are the numbers you can to get in contact with the individuals from the Darren Sammy Foundation.
Imagine, Kenson, one of those numbers are my number. You know, it's my number. One
So
of those
you get
numbers
straight
is my
access.
number, so that's direct access.
Yeah.
Just don't call, just text.
Yeah.
Don't WhatsApp video call. I know with Digicel LT, everybody just want to. It's fast.
According to Kinel, it's so fast.
You could send a message tomorrow, get it today. Well, yeah, I know everybody is in LT now. Don't do video call.
Yeah.
You know, I will not answer video
And don't
call.
try the different numbers when you hear a female hang up.
Yeah. Just send a text. Tell me where your location. Tell me what you need. I'll be there.
They'll get the tickets to you.
I'll be there delivering LTE speed.
All right. Good evening. Okay, all right. We missed that. We missed that call. Somebody was calling to make a contribution. All right.
And also one more thing, Kenson. Besides the fundraising gala, we also want to let St. Lucians know that anytime throughout the day, anytime they can give, they can always reach out to the foundation and donate. Because we're always looking for persons, corporate sponsors and private citizens as well, regular citizens like myself, like you know, to just donate, because we're really trying to help out and to get more children the resources they need to excel at school. There are so many bright sparks. Like I'll talk about Prince as well. He's one of the first set of students that we sponsored, and he has dreams of becoming a calypsonian. He wants to be a bank manager, and he's so lively and Naya is just blossomed. Like, you know, there's so many, I'm talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. There's so many wonderful souls that we've met, and we can do more. And it's not just up to persons like Darren. You can just give $5 to somebody and it can change. It can change things. It can do much. I mean, $5 may not seem like a lot, but you can give $5 to us and put towards our cause.
Definitely. So who do they contact? Let's just say somebody who's looking right now. Is it the same numbers to make that donation?
Yeah, you can reach the same numbers. You can, of course, reach us out on our website. It's DarrenSammyFoundation.org. We're on Facebook and Instagram as well, Darren Sammy Foundation.
Was the slogan making St. Lucia's next champion? Was it?
Yes, developing future leaders and champions. Yeah,
I love that. I love that because I mean, I was there when you were growing up for a while, and I know for sure you didn't have the easiest path.
You know, well, St. Lucia St. Lucia knows my story.
They should
you know, I'm not fabricating anything. You know, you were part of my under 15, under 19 growing up. You know, the people I went to school with, they know my story, and I'm not trying to, you know, fabricate anything.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know,
Facts are facts.
I think what I went through to get where I am today, I'm really proud. You know, but you know, I never forget when Roger Harper said, "To whom much is given, much is expected."
Yeah.
And he always used to say to me, "You'll understand it one day." And you know, the position I find myself in, it's not all glamorous. You know, it has a lot of challenges. You know, I was walking down the street and somebody came up to me, and you know, they said, "You don't know when people see you, they see you as hope."
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like people always think that you're the person that could, you know, bless them. You know, and I find myself having to really juggle. I speak to my mom about it all the time. But all these things, you know, if I can, I will. I can't help everybody, but through the foundation, what I've been able to do for these kids, you know, just create an opportunity. And I spoke to the St. Lucia football team before they left, and I remember what I said to them. I said, success happens when preparation meets opportunity. And through life, we've been preparing for what we want to be. So when that opportunity comes, we're ready. And that's what I'm trying to create for the kids. You know, just give them a platform. And The Great Gatsby, I'm going to have fun, Kenson. If you see me not looking myself, it's because I'm having too much fun. So don't judge me on that night.
I'm going
out there to enjoy and have a great time, because I know it's for a great cause. And everybody who purchased tickets and those who also purchase, and they also said they can't make it, but they will purchase a ticket, or they have purchased a ticket even knowing that they won't come. Oh, Kenson, Indulge St. Lucia, also a sponsor. So all the eats and the fancy desserts and stuff, the hors d'oeuvres coming from Indulge St. Lucia. You know, she's been very supportive to the Darren Sammy Foundation. So look, we've given it our best shot, just like we gave it the best shot for the Watch This, the cricket campaign. And look, it's left for the spectators now. And now to come out and enjoy and support.
Yes.
Can I just take this time to just, you know, to thank our sponsors. I have to, because without them this would not be possible. So Digicel, Chairman's Reserve, Landmark Events, Sandals Grand Solution, Radio Caribbean International, The Wave, Vibe Radio, Yellow Media Group, Travel and Leisure Center, and Indulge St. Lucia.
And you're forgetting
so much. And DBS.
DBS is service and St. Lucia Sports Online. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Doing our thing. Yeah, we'll push it
Without
well.
you guys, it's not possible.
But and also all those who bought their tickets.
Yes.
And those who will have me doing ticket strips, you know.
So people ask him questions generally about the cricket with you. I mean, persons want to know, have you stopped playing the cricket? Let me just get the questions out to you because it's similar. When will we see you play for West Indies again? When is your next tour? The questions like this.
Okay, my next tour is in the T10. I'm captaining the Northern Warriors. That tournament starts on the 21st. I would have been up there getting ready, but because of the ambassador role for the World Cup, so I will leave as soon as the last game is done. On the 18th, I will travel to Dubai on the 19th, where we'll play the tournament. I'm probably gonna break off for Christmas because I promised my kids that I won't be away for Christmas anymore. And then Pakistan Super League. That's Peshawar Zalmi. You know, we start our campaign on the 14th of
people still want you to be a citizen of Pakistan. they
love me down there, you know. But no, I'm not done. I'm not done playing cricket. It's just that. Plus, I've had some knee issues. You know, I've been trying to sort out.
Wow. Okay, that person is really lucky. Good evening. You're live. Go ahead for contribution. Yeah, we've been having that happen tonight. We're not getting the connection. All right. Yes. So, final words from you guys.
Firstly, during the week, starting on Wednesday and Friday, you know, we have the World Cup going on, the Women's World T20. All the matches remaining every day of it. West Indies will be playing, so St. Lucia got to come out and support our girls. They won their first match. And also, when you've done that, on Saturday night, the big event, you know, the Great Gatsby at the St. Lucia Sanders Grand, you know, at the Cotton Club. Come out and have a great time.
9:30.
9:30, Kenson, I'm going to be well dressed. And I'm looking forward to everybody being
very well dressed.
This emoji. This emoji.
Perfect. Yes, Joel. Talk to us. Final words from you.
I just want, of course, thank the sponsors again for coming through and just making this happen. I want to thank all the persons, like Darren said, who's bought tickets, all the persons who have donated to the foundation over the years. It's really been an eye-opener again, just to see what we've been able to do and just the reality of things on the ground. So thank you to everybody, and I just hope that Corporate St. Lucia continues to support the Darren Sammy Foundation and foundations or organizations like ours. So thank you, and I hope to see you all on Saturday.
Absolutely. Well done, guys. Of course, I'm going to congratulate you guys in advance on a well-organized and successful event. St. Lucia, this is a good cause. This is a definite good cause. Of course, we brought you live when Sammy donated the laptops. We brought you information when at Peter and Company, they distributed hampers to students who were going back to school. And I mean, the amount of work that is required, it requires us as St. Lucians to see the vision. We are developing the next generation of champions. And so our scholars and champions, and so we need you guys to come on board. Thank you guys for stopping by. It was an absolute pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be here, It's always a pleasure.
That's your show. I should know that by now. When you're ready, just check me. All right, St. Lucia, thank you for welcoming us into your homes tonight. And of course, congratulations to all the individuals who participated in sports on the weekend. We're encouraging everybody, go out, support West Indies tomorrow night at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds. On behalf of our entire sports team, I'm Kenson Casbury. See you guys. Bye-bye.